Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a agree or not agree with Complex's sneaker of the year and what they consider the sneaker of the year 2020. I have the book right here with me. I bought it on Amazon. I think it was like $20, $25. It's a nice hard copy cover, kind of like a living room table vibe book. It's got a lot of pictures in it. I've already read like a couple of the pages to see like what the sneakers were for the previous years, because they do, I think, like the past 35 years, so since the Jordan 1 came out in 1985, and then they continue to do like each year, and it's all in this book up until 2020. And they also do some honorable mentions, which is pretty cool because there are a lot of shoes that came out in one year that it's pretty difficult to decide which one had more of an impact on like streetwear and just like the industry. So yeah, we have this book. It's really cool. I already read like a couple pages of it, but I'm not sure, like I haven't seen the 2020 shoe of the year yet, and I'm hoping it's something like, I don't know, like a Chunky Dunky, or I don't know, something that's come out this year that has like really big impact on the sneaker industry, or that has gotten a lot of attention. So yeah, I guess we'll just go through the pages, maybe from like the 2010s, because this book is pretty long. This is just an example of like one of the sneakers, and I think it's pretty cool because you can get like a little bit of a background of the sneaker, and then what like a little bit of history, and then how the sneaker became like sneaker of the year, like what impact they had, Reebok, and then you have like a big picture right here. And that's pretty cool, honestly. Like I thought they were just gonna put like one sneaker in there, and I was like, how are you gonna make a book out of that? But yeah, I guess we can go from 2010 because there's a lot. And I'm thinking like starting 2008-ish or 2009 is when things really kind of like jumped up for like the shoe industry or sneaker industry, and they started making shoes that were more lifestyle versus just athletic wear and athletic purposes. So I guess we can try with the 2009, which is the Yeezy, when Kanye was still with Nike. This is just like an example. 2009 is the Nike Air Yeezy 1. This is when he had 4 studio albums: The College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s, and Heartbreaks, that yielded over 10 Grammy wins and changed the look and feel of hip hop. They always give you like a little bit of background of like during that time, like why the shoe influenced this era, or like why it was chosen. And I think that's pretty cool because, I don't know, there's a lot of Gen Z, and I'm still technically part of Gen Z, but later, or like early Gen Z, so I know kind of like the background of these shoes. But there are some people who were born in like 2009 who are what, like 12 years old right now, or like 10 or 11 years old, that don't really know what this is. They just know Kanye as like a crazy guy. More visuals, and it's not just like one page, it's like a couple pages depending on the shoe and its impact. Honorable mention: Nike SB Zooms Stefan Janoski. This is a skate shoe. I remember getting like the Tiffany colored one for that one. And now we reach the 2010s, which is the last decade. It's pretty crazy. 2010, Nike LeBron 8. They were named something else, I think. Oh, they're called, they're the South Beach ones, yeah. So I don't really know them by like the basketball player name. But so it's like this, and that is actually pretty cool. It like really interests me actually. And then you get like a full silhouette of the shoe. And this is like a good quality book, you know, like it's not cheap. Honorable mention: Nike Zoom Kobe 6 RIP. It's the 6th signature sneaker in the 2010. Oh, okay, 2011 Nike Air Mag. Dude, this shoe was freaking crazy. Like, I remember when this came out, I was like, who the heck has money to buy this? It was like 1,500 pairs were auctioned over 10 days on eBay, ringing prices in from $2,300 for a pair of size 7s to almost $10,000 for a pair of 10s. So if you don't really know, like, sneakers are more expensive when it comes to the more common sizes, and the less common sizes, they don't go for that much, except for like women's sizes. Women's sizes is always expensive because they hadn't started making women's size shoes for sneakers, like for men, until recently. And so you get a picture of this too. This is cool. Like these could be like posters in your room. I mean, like, not that I would do that because this is a really nice book that you can have on your coffee table. 2012 Nike Flyknit Racer. I remember people would go freaking crazy over these. They were like, what, retail like $80 to $100, and it was always that gray silhouette color that people really liked a lot. And I remember, like, I think I was watching Richie Lee, like Tan wanted to buy like 10 pairs of them, and he ended up buying like 10 pairs for $40, and he flipped all of them. And that's like pretty crazy because they're not really like they're not really, you know, trending now. I think they're more for athletic wear, but people would be wearing these with like those Adidas joggers or like Nike joggers all the time. And now we have another honorable Nike mention, the Roshe Run. I don't see anybody wearing these anymore. They were really big back then though. Like, I know some of the silhouettes and some of the colorways, they had to be like super expensive resale because they wouldn't come in that color. Like silver ones, I think they were really hard to get to. So there's those. And then 2013, wow, Balenciaga Arena. I don't remember these shoes at all. But 2013, I was like a 7th grader, I think. And they said that it would be hard to argue that the Triple S isn't Balenciaga's most impactful sneaker design, stomping its way to fashion history as an icon of the ugly footwear movement that characterized much of what the major design houses released in the 2010s. That is true. Girl, I gotta go. Gotta get ready. Tonight is my show. That's a very true statement about the ugly footwear movement, because we have like Triple S, we have like the Fila Disruptors. We have a lot of like big shoes that people wear. They've just become trendy, even though like in my opinion they're just like really ugly. Wow, this one got like 4 pages, 6 pages. Maybe because they didn't do they didn't do an honorable mention. No, they did. Nike Flyknit Lunar 1 Plus. I haven't seen this one either yet. I think it's just because I wasn't really into shoes back then, and now I kind of get to learn the history. Okay, this one's a big one. 2014 is Nike Air Yeezy 2. And this is the Red October, which are like going for so much money right now. I think it's like $8K plus per shoe, if you can even find it in your size. Yeah, so this is another shoe that Kanye did when he was still with Nike and when they had their own Yeezys. And it's kind of funny because like he might be like part of, he's not even the board of like Adidas Creative. He's not even on that, but he's made so much like money off of it and so much revenue and income for them. And even like brought up like 4 or 5 different types of Yeezys, and he's still not like on the board technically. He tweeted one day like, oh, like I might just go back to Nike, like I want to wear Jordans, like, you know, stuff like that. Okay, another 2015, it's another Adidas Ultra Boost, very inspired, heavily inspired by Kanye West. It's the Ultra Boost. And you can see, I love the lighting, it's great. It had its modest goals when it released the Ultra Boost in 2015. Simply wanted to make the greatest running sneaker ever. And like, I honestly pretty much agree with that because they are super comfortable. I know people make fun of other people for saying they're like walking on clouds, but it's honestly like pretty true. It's really soft, really comfortable, and has a lot of arch support. And they use like a certain technology with this shoe as well. Boost technology wasn't exactly new, but it got rebranded, I think, in collaboration with some like company. And so they did like a lot of research prior, but then I think they finalized like the design and everything in 2015 when the Ultra Boost came out, and like Kanye West was wearing them a lot. He was on stage with them. He was going on a tour. Like, what was that 2015 tour? I forgot. The one where he kind of like went a little bit crazy on. Page up at the bottom and then the sides. I like totally recommend this book for anyone who's like super into sneakers and like the history of it, or like if you're just getting into it and you want to like a summary of each sneaker. Another honorable mention of 2015 was Adidas Yeezy Boost 750, and this is the boot looking one. This one was pretty popular too. I think it's still popular now, but just not as popular as Jordans or any other like Adidas shoe, because they are a little bit more difficult to wear, and their price tag, like retail price, is $350 already, so that's kind of high for a retail price shoe. But it is like a Yeezy, so technically, I mean, like collaborations with really famous celebrities, I don't really think that's that much, but $350 is like the resale price of a Jordan 1, so it's like it's kind of difficult, you know, like to justify those prices. But that was like revolutionary for a lot of other brands to like start doing that boot look. 2016, I remember this very specifically because I got this shoe off the Adidas Confirmed app, and it was like the first shoe that ever got me really into sneakers, and it is the Adidas Boost 350 V2. And this is when the Adidas Confirmed app came out. This is the first V2 ever to come out. It was I think the Belugas with the orange stripe, and it was the second generation of Yeezys versus the V1s, which I'm kind of like surprised they weren't like part of this like the last 5 years or like last 2010s, because I think they came out in like 2011, like the V1s, like Turtle Doves, Moon Rock, Pirate Black, and then I think there was one more, I can't even remember, but the Turtle Doves, they were like my dream shoe, and I could never get them because they like hardly ever made them in like a woman's size. Also, they were like $1,000 or $2,000, and so I could never afford it. And yeah, so they just put more pictures of like, these are the zebras. The zebras were super limited. I remember one of my friends, David Nguyen, he's a photographer. He was getting into the shoe stuff too, and like resale game. He sold one for like $1,800 to like Soul Supremacy in Fremont, and then they did a second release. So I think they were just like, fuck, like we took it too early on. But yeah, the V2s, they were cool in the beginning, but now I see them way too often because Kanye's goal is to kind of like give everyone a chance at having like a really cool hype sneaker. I just can't get them, like, I can't get it straight, you know, like there's so many colorways that I'm just super confused like all the time, like which one is this, which one's that. They all look like pretty similar. Honorable mention, this is a pretty close one too, Adidas NMD like Human Race with Pharrell Williams. 2017 is the Nike Zoom Fly. I don't really remember this one. And Nike originally like did running shoes anyways, so I think they were trying to catch up on the running shoes because Adidas was doing running shoes. Full picture. Okay, 2018 Nike React Element 87. I don't really remember this shoe. I think there were more shoes that came out in 2018 that were more revolutionary. Why is this even like here? Okay, it was like a futuristic look. I mean, like, I wouldn't wear them, but whatever. They're pretty cool, I guess. Okay, 2019 Nike why did I say Times? Nike and Sacai LDV Waffle. And this is the colorway of this one. I have the Grey Wolf one, which is in here somewhere. I wear those a lot. Sacai Spring 2019 Men's and Resort. Freeform was the theme. So it was more like a kind of a theme to defy like preconceived ideas of how clothes should look. So it's kind of like a deconstructed like collaboration of two shoes that already existed, but people didn't think that they were gonna use those two. So they said it was a hybrid of the LDV and the Waffle Racer with double laces, double tongues, and double swooshes. And it came in like a bunch of colorways, which I really like because they're super vibrant, but there's also neutral ones. Yeah, lots of information on that. That's one of my favorite shoes. Honorable mention, Air Jordan 1 High Travis Scott, which I did wear today with my outfit. I had total Travis Scott vibes. Yeah, backward swoosh, pretty cool. The super dark mocha is like a 90s, reminiscent of the 90s and the early 2000s. 2020, drum roll. What? No fucking way. Dude, no way. The Off-White 5s? Really? The directors at the factory couldn't believe it. Was this really what Nike designers envisioned? I don't know about that, dude. The Off-White Jordan 5 is Complex's 2020 shoe of the year. I don't know about this, dude. I thought it was gonna be like the Chunky Dunky or something. I don't remember these making like any real like impact. Honorable mention is Nike Air Zoom Alphafly next percent. I don't really think that's true either. There are a lot of other shoes that I felt like that came out this year that overshadowed these ones. Yeah, okay, so we're just gonna pretend like 2020 didn't happen. Obviously there's something wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I definitely think that either the Chunky Dunky was the shoe of the year, or I thought like a dunk would be the shoe of the year because dunks really came back this year, and the dunk was not on any of the pages in the book, but they only started to become trendy like last year when Travis Scott got his dunk. Yeah, it's not on this list. Okay, it's on their like potential list of best sneakers of 2020, and number 3 they put Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low, and then number 2 was the Chunky Dunky. But number 1, dude, Off-White Jordan 5, I like really don't think that's a very skeptical decision for them to print and put into this book. I don't think that should have been the shoe of the year. Like, they even say like if there's one shoe that embodies the current Nike hype train, like the SB hype train, it's the Chunky Dunky. Everybody really liked that shoe, and like when I did my review, I did say that it was a really difficult shoe to get. It's super expensive, very limited release. I just felt like there was a lot of stuff going on within the news that the Chunky Dunky should have gotten like a better recognition. I mean, like, they didn't even put it in the book as like honorable mention, but I don't know if it's because this book was already in the process of coming out, or they had already like finished publishing everything before the shoe came out. But Chunky Dunky was like probably shoe of the year besides the Nike SB like Travis Scott. I mean, there's even like the Stussy Air Zoom, like Nike Air Zoom, or the Brazil Dunk. Like any of the Dunks so far I feel like should have been like shoe of the year, because Dunk just came back and like Dunk just hit it out of the park with all the releases so far, and they kind of like cranked out a lot. So I don't know, I thought the Chunky Dunky would have for sure taken it because of the hype and like how many celebrities were wearing it and all this, like the packaging and the TikTok videos of people eating it like ice cream out of the shoe. And like people who didn't even know what like Nike SB was, like they knew what Chunky Dunkies were. So I felt like it had the most impact on culture, like not just sneaker culture, but like cultures of other people and other audiences. Yeah, I'm pretty like shook. I don't know, Off-White 5s, dude. Other than that, I guess I agree with everything else in the book. Except for 2018, I didn't really know what that shoe was, but maybe because I wasn't like really into shoes at that time, so I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, otherwise I like totally recommend this book. These are they say that these are the sneakers that kind of change everything in the game. Sneaker of the year, definitive chronicle of the who, what, where, and the why of the best, wildest, and most important sneakers over the past 35 years. So yeah, I would recommend getting this. You can get, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't agree with the last one, but I agree with the rest, unless they just published it like a lot sooner than the other ones came out. But yeah, so if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you don't, like whatever, thanks for watching anyways. I have other videos I've done reviews on in sneakers, and I'm trying to post more because I have a better setup now. But thanks for watching. See you later.